Hey everyone, this is the Millionaire Hippies podcast with your host, Boom Shikha, where we chat about spirituality, business, and health. We all want to live self-actualizing, fulfilling lives with joy, prosperity, and gratitude. Let's go on this beautiful journey together.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. My name is Boom Shikha and I'm so grateful that you guys are listening. In this episode, I wanted to speak to you guys about something that's been happening in my own life, and I've been noticing the trend coming up higher and higher. And so I thought that I'd talk about it because you guys know that I always talk about stuff that's exactly going on right now in the present moment. I've been noticing that, I am a nice person in general. I believe that I'm a nice individual and I try to be as kind and generous as possible. But I've been noticing a trend where a lot of people are taking my niceness or my ability to be kind as a sort of permission slip to take advantage of me or to be rude to me because they know or think that I'm not going to say anything back in retaliation. It's really interesting to me because my being nice doesn't mean that I'm telling you that you can walk all over me and do whatever the hell you want to me because I'm not going to say anything back to you. I'm being nice because that is who I am, because I think that is how we should live in this world, is we should live in a way that we want everyone else to treat us like. So if I want everyone to treat me with kindness and generosity, then I need to treat them with kindness and generosity first. And so that's the reason I go about the world being this individual, being this kind, generous, nice individual as much as possible, as much as the circumstances allow me. But you should know that just because I'm nice doesn't mean that I can't be a complete ass bitch as well. And I don't have that other end of the spectrum in me. So if you're going to treat me like crap, then expect that you're going to get that in return. Expect that you're going to be treated like crap in return as well. Expect that I'm going to bring out the arsenal and kill you in literally terms, not actually kill you, but annihilate you as much as necessary because you treated me like that first, even though there was no circumstance and no need for you to do that. I've been kind of dealing with a lot of individuals where they assume, again, because I'm nice and because I'm kind, because I go around with this facade where I am really flexible and very soft. I am a very tender-hearted person in general and very soft, and I am very emotional, so I cry very easily and all that stuff. I totally get that the persona that I'm portraying to the world shows to everyone that I am a nice human being. And I totally understand that to be the case because I am most of the time. Except when you think that you can take advantage of me and you can just say whatever the hell you want and walk all over me because I am that nice person. Recently, I had an opportunity to kind of bring out that bitch mode. It was actually really nice because it was surprising to see how easy it was for me to bring that mode out. A lot of times I'm afraid to bring out that bitch mode in my arsenal because I'm afraid that I don't want to seem like I'm a bad person. I don't want to seem mean or I don't want to seem bitchy. It's the worst thing on this planet because I think it's a female tendency to want to always be nice. It really annoys the hell out of me when I have this tendency because I know that there are a lot of people out there who are taking advantage of this fact that I always want to be nice and I can't be a bitch. So what happened was this individual was confronting me and I had to bring out my bitch mode and tell them that they're stepping out of the line, they're stepping over the line, and they're just not right. And it was not right, and I bought it out, and it was interesting to see how their perception of me completely changed. More recently, I also had an opportunity to deal with some rent issues. I have 2 apartments back home in Toronto that I rent out, and for some reason, just because I am, being flexible with the rent, and letting them pay me a day or 2 late just because they had needs of it and they let me know. That's totally fine if I let them do that. But what happened was that they kept on asking me for more and more advances and more time. Until the point where I had to kind of cut it off and tell them exactly what the hell was going on. Is that you guys are trying to take advantage of the fact that I'm being nice. So that is it. That is it, guys. If you're going to do that, if you're going to take advantage of my niceness, if you're going to do that where I'm being nice and I'm doing everything that's necessary and I'm being a good human being, whereas all you're doing is being a douchebag, then there is a point at which the gloves are going to come off and I'm going to have to cut that shit off. And I'm sorry to use so much swearing in this podcast, but it's so annoying to me that I really, 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 really get angry about this stuff. Do not treat me like crap, and do not treat me like I'm a child. Do not treat me like I don't know what I'm talking about, because I am old enough to know better, and as are you. We're all adults here. Unless I'm dealing with a child, obviously that does not apply. But mostly what we're doing here is we're dealing with adults. We're dealing with adults. So why can't we just behave like adults? Why are we behaving like children here? Why are we behaving like we don't actually know what the consequences of our actions would be? You know that every action that you take has a resulting reaction. Like just in Newton's law of action versus reaction. So you know that it's going to come. You know it's going to come. So why are you behaving like a douchebag towards me? Because why did that happen? Why does it have to happen? Why does it have to happen where when a person's being nice, you're trying to take advantage of their niceness? Why can't you just say, okay, great, thank you for being nice. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be nice back to you. Let's just keep on being nice to each other unless an opportunity presents where I'm actually being a bitch to you, right? And so stop doing that, people. Stop doing that. There's so many people out there who are good, kind people, and I see all the time that people start taking advantage of that fact. And I will not stand back. I will not stand back and let that happen. Maybe it's just my own thing. Maybe it's just my own quirk or my rant or peeve or whatever it is. But I just cannot stand there while someone who's obviously good and kind-hearted is being taken advantage of. It just does not jive well with me. It does not sit well with me. I won't let it happen. I'm going to do something about it every single time, especially if it's happening with me. I'm going to let you push me until a certain point, but when that point has been reached, enough is enough, and that is all, and it's not going to happen again. So just because I'm nice, do not take advantage of that fact. Do not make me push you back. Do not make me bring up my mode where I'm going to annihilate you. Do not let that happen, because I want to stay in my little bubble of niceness. I want to stay in this bubble where I believe everyone is nice and everyone is kind and everyone is good. And if I am good, kind, and nice to people, they're going to repeat that back to me and they're going to reciprocate it back to me. That's the world that I want to live in. It's a bubble that I like to live in. And I believe that that's the case for 99% of the time. But obviously, the universe is trying to teach me a lesson, I guess, and telling me that you need to be balanced. You can't always be on one end of the spectrum. I think I need to be more balanced, where if people are trying to take advantage of me, if they're just speaking over me, or if they're speaking about things that I'm not interested in, or are speaking about things that are causing me to be uncomfortable, then I need to speak up. I need to say something. I can't just let them spew all this negative bile on top of me and just take it. Just because I can take it doesn't mean that I should. And so that is my lesson here. That is my lesson here. I just wanted to share it with you guys because it's so important. If you're dealing with exactly the same kind of thing where people are trying to take advantage of you because you've let them push you to a certain point, stop doing that, guys. Please stop doing that to yourself, because it's not useful. It's actually the worst thing that you can ever do. And I'm noticing that if I push back just a tiny little bit, I don't have to go into complete bitch mode, but if I just push back a little bit, nicely telling them to stop doing what they're doing in subtle manners, then a lot of times these people, because they're just so weak on their own, they will just stand back right away, because they'll break apart very quickly, because all of their bravado comes from nothingness. And so if you just push back a little tiny bit, they will step back right away. It's really interesting to me how a lot of people who have a lot of machismo or a lot of bravado, and they come at you and they're all fire, as soon as you just kind of push back just a tiny little bit with a little bit of water, a little bit of earth, all of that bravado, all that machismo just disappears as if it was never there. It's actually really, really fascinating to me to notice that happen. And so I've tried it a couple of times in the last month because I've had people kind of pushing back at me. And I've tried just like a tiny bit of pushback, just to kind of show them that, no, I'm sorry, but you can't do this anymore to me. I've taken enough of your crap. I've taken enough of your nonsense already. Done whatever you wanted to do. I have had enough of this nonsense. Please stop doing that, because if you don't, then not only is our relationship is going to be over, but also I'm going to really rail into you, and you don't actually want that. You don't actually want a person like me who's always usually nice to explode, because once we explode, we really explode, and that is going that the stuff that's going to pour all over you is going to basically annihilate you. And we don't want to do that because it takes a lot of energy. You don't want to do that because you're going to be taking all that stuff in. So let's just be nice to each other, yeah? Let's just try and use our faculties, our common sense, and live in this world where we give what we receive. So if someone's being nice and kind to you, please give back to them as much as they are doing for you. Do not try to take advantage of them. Hope this makes sense to you guys. I know it's a really different topic from what I usually talk about, but I really wanted to speak to you guys about this because I've been noticing so much of it, and it's as if like I really need to speak up about it because it's so important. I hope that you guys have an amazing day wherever you are. If you guys are interested, you can join my team at patreon.com/boomshika. I'll talk to you guys the next time around. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening. Go check out my website at themillionairehippie.com if you want more free, awesome content. If you really like the podcast, please consider giving me a 5-star review on iTunes. Until next time, namaste.